Need for Speed Unbound has a fairly underwhelming car list. Now, don't blow up the comments yet. Hear me out a little bit. There's just some cars that are missing that I wanted to mod, that I wanted to drive, but are missing, just like my 10mm socket. So today we're gonna have some fun.
I really gotta fart right now.
We're gonna talk about some of the cars that should have made the roster, or at least we wanted to make the roster, but didn't.
What happened?
Now, a quick disclaimer too. I wish every single car that was ever made was in the game, but I couldn't do a video that was that long, or it'd take like 24 hours and I'd be more sleep deprived than I already am. So these are just some of my favorite cars. And also, this isn't a video explaining why the cars aren't in the game or all that stuff. Black Panther did a video on that and he killed it. It's perfect. You can go watch that after this if you're curious about that. It is pretty interesting, but this is more just about cars I wish were in the game. Anyway, first things first, the Nissan 300ZX. More specifically, the Z32 from 1989 to 2000. These suckers could come with a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 paired with beautiful styling. The stylings were so good, they used this for the rear end of the new Z. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this car also isn't in any Need for Speed game somehow. That's just a disgrace. This car looks so good that Lamborghini even took the headlights for the damn Diablo. I think this is an iconic car that in general doesn't get enough love, and I'd love to be able to mod one up in this game. They look amazing, just with a little bit of aftermarket love, and I think that everybody could agree. Next up, the Lexus IS 300, specifically the first generation. Now, with these cars getting a lot more miles on them and been beaten on a little bit, they've been a lot more obtainable for a lot of people. So this car just fits perfectly with Need for Speed because it's a tuner car. These cars are used for drifting. People slam them and bring them to shows. They look good as hell. It was in Need for Speed Most Wanted even, which I'm streaming every Wednesday, so if you want to come hang out at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, please do. But like I was saying, these cars have become iconic in the car scene, and for good reason. They have a naturally aspirated 2JZ, and I feel like it fits the Need for Speed vibes perfectly. Even more than the Crown Vic that somehow made the cut. This car has a ton of aftermarket support. It looks good out the box. It just makes sense. We want cars that are relatable, either that we have owned or we want to own one day, and this just fits the boot perfectly. Number 3, which is actually my lucky number, and I have it tattooed on my arm right here. Can you see that? The G80 M3/M4, whichever one. Now, before you kill me! I know a lot of people hated these cars when they first came out. I hated this car when it first came out. Pig nose looking, buck tooth having, giant grill looking ass. Listen, I get it, but after seeing this car in person, I literally fell in love with it. And it truly does deserve a spot on this roster. There are 14 spots taken up by BMWs on the Unbound roster, and the newest M car can't make the cut. I don't want to hear about it being too new either if they can shove the Proto Z in. And maybe some of you still think the car is ugly, and that's fine. Let us mod the living hell out of it and make it look good. Listen, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Disappointed like the fact that you're not subscribed. Those big channels ask you to subscribe, and that's like throwing a pebble in the ocean. But if you subscribe, it's like throwing a Pontiac Aztec into my little kiddie pool, all right? I'm gonna notice, I'm gonna see it, and I appreciate the hell out of it. And I'd appreciate if we had the new M car in Need for Speed Unbound. BMW is known for its driver's cars, and since it's a video game, we don't have to worry about the reliability, am I right? Hey, we get a pass. So just give us the damn car, please. Number 4, and I ain't talking Brett Favre.
Hey, you got any left-handed footballs?
I'm talking about Honda Civic Type Rs, and that's the brand new one. We got Civic Type Rs in this game, but not the new one. Listen. Can you imagine if Madden 24 came out and the only people in the game were players from like 2012 or 1999 and none of the new players were in the game? You'd probably be pretty pissed, right? Well, that's how I'm feeling about this game, all right? We have a ton of heaters coming out for 2022 in the car world. Just a ton of good stuff, and the only one really that's in it is the Proto Z. And let it be known, I am excited that the new Z is in it. I got the Hot Wheel right here, okay? Like, I am excited about it. It's just I want to see the other new cars too. Now, this list is a bit early, and I'm sure there will be DLC for the game, right? It's gonna happen. But I'd like to see this just right out the box. And I wasn't the biggest fan of the new Honda Civic Si, but with the Type R, it just rustled my jimmies enough to the point where I really want to get into it. I want to dive into it. I want to drive it some. So I guess let's just cross our fingers for some DLC on this one. I mean, the other Type Rs are in the game, so there's a chance at least with this one. All right, number 5 needs to be said. I want, you want, he, she want the Toyota Supra, okay? And I'm cheating a little bit on this one because I'm saying the Mark IV and the Mark V. 2 different cars, I get it, but I'm mashing them into one. This is an icon in the car scene, community, car world, okay? It stands with the GTR, the RX-7, the NSX, etc. All those JDM legends. All those cars are in this game, but where's the damn soup?
No soup for you!
I know. Licensing, legal, lawyers, blah, blah, blah. I'm a consumer. I don't give a shit about that. You made it happen in the previous game, make it happen in this game. And if it's Toyota, quit being bitches about it. Do you realize how many kids played video games and then ended up buying a car because they played it in that video game and they became attached to it? That's called brand loyalty. And we build that when we play video games and customize and fall in love with the car in the game. Guess what? It translates to real life a lot. I guarantee you there's a car you've played that you've wanted to own in real life too. You're missing out on so much potential, and so are we. Not much needs to be said about why we want this car in the game. Obviously, it's the styling, the looks, the modifications, and the beautiful noises that the 2JZ and B58 make. Heaven to my ears is the best way to describe it. But what are some cars you wish made the cut? I know there's a ton still out there. Like, for me personally, I'd like the Golf R or the new GR86, things like that. But I want to hear from you, so comment down below. I'm going to read every single comment. If you drop a like and the subscribe, it means the absolute world to me and really helps grow my channel, since I'm just still a small little youngin' out here, you know what I'm saying? But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to catch you in a live stream. Peace.